Hello, my name is Casey James, and this is my personal introduction for EDL853 Module 1. I'm an Ag Ed teacher at Jayhawk Lynn High School in Mound City, Kansas. This is my 12th year of teaching. I am in the Kansas Association of Agricultural Educators, where I've had some leadership positions that I hope will help me in my future as an administrator. I graduated from K-State in 2009, and last summer I married Taylor. So to get started talking about inclusive environments for schools, what can leaders do in maintaining a culture of inclusivity? The first thing is to lead by example. People will recognize immediately if somebody isn't genuinely concerned about making an inclusive environment. So school leaders really need to truly step up and lead by example to make sure that they are accommodating for that type of environment. They should advocate for all of their staff and students, all of their needs. They need to advocate for them and provide training for teachers. You can also adopt curriculum that addresses privilege, oppression, and racism, and hire staff that reflects the school community. Students are going to be a lot more likely to learn and relate with a teacher if that teacher looks like them. To advocate, you should encourage advocacy for all of the staff and students. And one way you can do this is by bringing the community into the classroom and taking the classroom to the community. And let that community see, what their tax dollars are paying for. Let them get to know the students so that they can help them and prepare them for the future, and make sure that all the students in the community are also seeing what their community looks like. And I think by doing that, you're able to give students a better understanding of the world around them, not just the people that are sitting right next to them or their close-knit group of friends. Also create a space for discussion. At my last school that I was at, the student council sponsor actually did that. They kind of had just a round table where kids could come in and talk about some of the things that were frustrating them within society. And it was a really just honest, really raw discussion. And the kids really benefited from that, being able to share their frustrations. And I think that really helped a lot of kids kind of open their eyes to see that not everybody is fighting the same fight. And I think that went a long way with a lot of kids. Equitable treatment in an inclusive culture. Some ways you can make it an equitable situation or a classroom is to use inclusive language, include diverse literature in the curriculum, adopt character education words like respect, acceptance, and honesty, discuss the need for an inclusive culture at faculty meetings, train staff to address issues that they see with inclusion or the lack thereof when they hear it or see it in the hallway. Integrate student bodies. Make all those different types of students come together and offer academic support for those students that are struggling, or maybe those students that need a little bit more of a challenge. Make sure that they have ways that they can get help. Changing negative assumptions. I don't think there's a right way that you can do this. I think every building, every staff, every leader is going to have a different way that they can handle this. There's no one size fits all. The first thing, though, that I think needs to be done with all staff is to always make sure they know that to have an inclusive environment in a school is the law. Public Law 94-142, Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. It's the law to make it an inclusive environment for all students and teachers. They need to provide least restrictive environment for all people in the building. And that includes embracing everyone and making a commitment to make sure that each student is going to be given their inalienable right to belong. Some other little specific things that people in the building can do is give teachers and staff the opportunity to learn about every child, not just the students in their class, but every child. Our school has, we're required to be a class sponsor. We don't get paid for it. We're required to do it. We stay with those kids for 2 years, and then we start over with a new batch. And at first I thought I was pretty frustrated. I was like, I don't want to be a class sponsor, but it has given me the opportunity to meet kids that I wouldn't normally have in ag. And I think that's it really benefited me as a teacher in my building by understanding all those kids, not just the ones that want to take my class. Hire a staff that reflects the diversity of the students and train teachers to recognize and address any issues they see. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you.